We're going to take a look at EasyTemp, which is one of the easiest and most affordable ways to do data collection. We are going to be using a TI graphing calculator. This is a TI 84 Plus Silver Edition calculator, and this is an EasyTemp temperature probe. It has a USB connector. It's a mini USB connector that will plug straight into the graphing calculator. Now currently the calculator is off. All I have to do is plug the EasyTemp into the calculator. It wakes the calculator up. It launches the data collection application. It identifies that a temperature probe is plugged in, and then I have a screen that shows me the current reading from the temperature probe. In this case, it's around 24 degrees C. When we plug the sensor in, it automatically sets up a data collection that is pretty common for the types of experiments that you want to do. And in this case, with the temperature probe, it's a default 3-minute experiment. Now, that can easily be changed if we need to, but for most things in high school science or middle school science, 3 minutes is sufficient to do the data collection. So all I have to do is press the start button, choose this right here, and as soon as I do that, I get a graph that shows me the current data points. In the upper right-hand corner, I see a digital display. You can see the data points on the left-hand side of the screen. Take the temperature probe and plug it or put it into some hot water. We'll see the temperature rise. We'll let it run for just a little bit until it starts to stabilize and come to equilibrium with the water and find out what the temperature of the water is on. And there we are at about 35.5 degrees. Now let's see how it responds when I put it into cold water. The other beaker is some ice water, or a little bit above ice temperature, and we'll just move it over into that. And when we do that, we're going to see the temperature start to drop very rapidly. We can get an indication of the response time of the probe. And there we are down to about 8 seconds. Now I mentioned it was a 3-minute experiment. What we might want to do is let it run for the 3 minutes. But in this case, we're just interested in the temperature of this water. And it's stabilizing at around 6.5 degrees. So I've determined the temperatures I want to determine. I'm going to stop the experiment early instead of running for 3 minutes. I'll press the stop button. It autographs the scale. I'm in what's called the trace mode. At this point, I can go ahead and press the right arrow and trace across the data points, and you can see there we are. We can see each data pair. The time is X and the temperature is Y, and we can just, if we want to, hold it down and let it scroll to the end. And there we are around 6.5 degrees. We're at on the graph screen. In the graph screen, we have access to analysis options. I can choose this Analyze menu, and you can see there's some options there for analysis. We'll look at that at another time. To return to the main screen, I just choose the main option. There we are back at the main screen. If I wanted to display the graph, I would just press the graph option. And there's my graph, and we're back to that previous screen. Choose main again. And if we're done with the experiment, let's choose quit. When you choose quit, it tells us where the data is stored on the calculator. That's an important screen. Then I choose OK, and I'm done. So we've collected some data with the graphing calculator. You've seen how easy it is to use the EasyTemp temperature probe. This is just one example of a type of experiment you could perform. Again, it's a very, very versatile sensor, and it can be used throughout your science or math curriculum.